girl, the Polished Lady, and I am here with a very special guest. I will let her introduce herself. And yeah, hey.
Hello, everyone. My name is Andrea Brown. I'm the owner of the Bella Company, also known as Auntie Drea or the P Whisperer.
Yes, Auntie Drea, talk to us about your start. Your start did not start off, very, very positive on the up and up. You started like selling out the barbershop and sometimes out your trunk whenever people would come to you and stuff. So can you talk to us about how you managed to transition from that, working that lifestyle, into making this company thrive and owning your own space?
Basically, I started giving away free bottles in the barbershop, and it took off from there. I had no idea that it was going to turn into a business, but it did, and I'm thankful. I started having a line outside the barbershop. I charged $2, then I charged $5, got a sticker, and it was on from there. It organically transitioned when I start officially selling it. I had to stop in the middle of customers to make sales. So when I started having more sales than customers and it was interfering, I just quit the barbershop basically. It was just like that. I was like, it's time to quit.
And you're also a mother, and then while your business was on the rise, you lost one of your sons. How did you keep the faith and keep going and just still be in a positive light to other people?
Well, I started this business in May 2016. July 2016 is when my son passed away. I had already gotten used to him being sick, and it was really, really, really tough when he passed away. It was like a couple months in. It already had built momentum in my business, so I sat down for a while and I really didn't feel like dealing with anybody. But I looked at my children and I know that I'm their sole provider and I have to be strong for them. And then I also looked at you guys. You guys were already addicted to the Pretti Kitti wash that quick. So I was like, you know what? Are you going to get up or are you just going to lay down? And what are the results going to be if you just stay there? So I just used my children as motivation to get back up and start working. That's it. I felt like I didn't have any other option. I wasn't making a lot of money at the barbershop, enough to sustain my bills. My son, he was getting Social Security, but once he passed, of course, that's cut out. I moved into a house that I could not afford just to live in a better neighborhood for my boys because our old house kept getting broken into and I didn't have any financial support to help pay my bills. So I really didn't have a choice.
Just had to lost some.
I had to.
A lot of times, because I work for you, I see customers come in and say that they're so proud of you from like coming from where you're from. What do they mean by that? I mean, like, what were the circumstances of how you grew up? You know what I'm saying? Because they always say I'm proud that you moved out and are making something of yourself while other people are stuck there.
Yeah, well, I didn't grow up any differently than a lot of people. I went to college for a couple years, didn't graduate, so I don't have a degree. Um, Basically, I guess they're proud that I'm really doing something and I'm succeeding in what I'm doing and I'm out here helping people. I guess I'm a role model. I think.
You guess or you
I
know?
think
You
so.
are. Yeah, you are.
I
You're
think so.
healing the
I don't
community.
really look at myself like how you guys look at me. I don't really look at myself like that. I just look at myself as Drea. But when I take a step back and really think about it, yeah, I'm a role model to a lot of people, and I'm also proof that you can make it. You can make something of yourself. You can overcome any obstacles in your way. You yourself can get over it. It's all what's in your mind. It's all about who you surround yourself with. A lot of the people that you are surrounded with, once you start leveling up and getting better, you may not be able to be around them anymore. They may not understand you. They may not recognize you. You start to look different when you get better. You get happier. You come out of the slump that you're in. You'll have different friends, or you may not have any.
That's deep. So,
Period. Like,
so do you still like? What advice would start, should they get business besties? Should we not? Like everybody, that seems to be the wave. Should we or should we not get business besties?
I would say be very selective. And even with being very selective, it still may not work out. You can get a business bestie and you guys start going different directions. You guys might have two different visions and it collides, especially with women. A lot of times, women don't get along for a long period of time in a position of power if you come in saying that you're equal. Women have different strengths. I might be good at visualizing something. This person may be good at organizing. And the way they organize, you may not like it. The vision that you have is your vision, is not theirs. And a lot of times with women, when they're both strong, it clashes. And sometimes you can be elevating and they're not. If you guys have two different businesses, they may be moving up a little slower than you. So I say be very selective. And I don't feel like you really need a business bestie at this point. In the beginning, it was nice because I've never really had a lot of friends long term. So the thought of having a group of women that I can work with was amazing to me. But I was still having the same issues with women that I was having when I was in school. When I was a kid, I was very misunderstood. They say that I don't have any emotion, but they don't really understand me, basically. So I think business bestie could be good, but for the most part, I would say be careful. And it doesn't matter how long you've known them. That doesn't mean they'll be good to transition into a business bestie.
So, is there any questions in the audience? Any questions? Shout out to Nene.
You have any questions?
So, I don't know if you asked this already, but how did it make you feel to transition from selling wash out of your house and your the trunk of your car to the barbershop and then getting your own store and then getting an even bigger store?
It was tough. It was easy because I love it, but it was definitely tough. The more you grow, it's complicated. The more customers you have, it's like, how am I going to make all of this stuff? And I keep adding things, and then I need people to help me. People come, people go, and you still have to figure it out. Then there's also the legal side of it. There's taxes that you have to pay. There's forms that you have to fill out. There's programs that you have to sign up for, and I don't have a business degree. I just learn as I go, and it's scary. I have anxiety about it. When I file taxes, it's scary because I've never owed in my life. I have 4 kids, so I'm used to getting a tax check. And I just want to make sure I'm doing everything right, but at the same time, I'm scared to talk to people about it because I don't want to put them in my business, especially being here. I'm very private as far as the business side of it. And I don't really know who to trust. Even if they do have a business, I see a lot of things going on, so I don't want my business out there like that. So I would say it was tough. It was tough to rebuild. It's tough when you're growing. It's very painful sometimes, but I just make it look easy because what other option do I have? Well, I know you guys have experienced it. You can look at me and feel my energy and it's like, okay, she's going through something at this time, and I get quiet, my face gets blank. So that's me dealing with things, especially when we get a lot of orders. It's tough.
So what is something that you would like to highlight? Like, what's something that you're proud of yourself that you've recently done to help grow your business?
I'm proud of myself for getting up every time somebody tries to knock me down. I'm proud of myself for continuing on no matter what. I'm proud of myself for being positive. I'm proud of myself for growing from the person that I was. When I first started this business, I thrived on negativity. There's a lot of people who started when I did, and I grew faster than the majority of them, if not all. So there's a lot of people that don't like me, that spread rumors about me. Um, and I keep going in spite of. I don't let that bother me, you know, because I'm growing. I'm growing every day, every year. I'm helping people. I help a lot of people behind the scenes that folks don't know about. And I don't feel the need to put it out there because I do it from the heart. So I'm proud of myself for dealing with people, friends, family, or whatever, when there's negativity around, and I continue to grow, and I don't let that affect me in my business, even if it hurts. Because in a perfect world, you would like to have friends, people to like you, get along, look at you in a positive light, but that's not possible, especially when you vibrate on a high frequency, when you're a good person inside, because the reality is the majority of the people are really negative. And a lot of people pretend to be positive, but you can see they don't keep that up for a long time. So in my instance, I can be positive forever. I can forgive and forget forever. Don't mean I'm gonna deal with you, but forever. I mind my own business forever. So a lot of people look at me and they're not where they want to be in life, and they basically look at me as in the way. And I've heard that before. So I'm proud of myself for still minding my own business. I'm proud of myself for not dragging folks anymore like I used to do in 2016 and 17. I totally changed my mindset. I was tired of feeding on negative energy, and now I only feed on positive energy. So if it's not positive, I don't deal with it.
We got customers in the store, and everybody is showing her love. They blowing kisses and hugs and all that other great jazzes. So thank you so much for just saying what you said, because minding your business pays in the end. Being positive shows. I know because I help you ship, and I'm like, dang.
How do you feel about working here? You've been here since September.
Man, it's been a crazy journey. I can't believe I'm still here. I mean, I love my job, but I feel like I'm able to grow my business from watching you do you. You know what I'm saying? You always keep a positive mindset. You always throwing out ideas for other people to grow, even if they just come in here and they catch you on the fly. You're always giving out ideas, and I like that. When I interviewed with you and Mr. Boyd, both of you guys said, you know, that y'all wanted me to be the polished lady, and y'all didn't want me to stop being who I am, and that was like ding 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 ding. And then so I'm learning a lot of different stuff for the back end of my business and how to be a better entrepreneur. So it's great.
That's awesome. I'm glad you're satisfied.
Oh, plus, let me tell you something, baby. Let me tell you something. She put me on about Charmaine and these lamb chops, and that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb, and that's it. Period. Period. That's Nene's thing, and like shout out to Nene because we ran up tips like last month. I'm gonna just tell y'all, last month we ran up tips, and we really appreciate you guys. We have the greatest customer service at B Bella Company, so you should come see us, 305 West 42nd Street, and thank you so much.
You are very
I have
welcome.
one more question.
Oh, you got
okay.
one more in the audience.
Did starting your own business help you better see people's true colors and their intentions?
Absolutely. It did. I know at first I really didn't understand it. I was looking at myself like, what the hell am I doing wrong? Because before starting a business, I've always went through this. I always went through people like, oh, you think you're all that, or you this or that. And I'm just quiet. I was a quiet person before this. I wasn't an outgoing person. I didn't really know how to speak as I'm speaking now. I was just to myself, and I still would like to be to myself. Outside of here, I'm quiet. But I would say since I met Mr. Boyd, I can see people's true colors better, because he has a way of changing your mind and helping you see things. So now I really look at people instead of just being around them. I observe. I pay attention to certain things they say, certain actions, and I also look at me because I know my energy is strong. So I have to control the way I project myself upon people. I'm very intimidating to a lot of people, and I didn't think that because I look at myself as normal, as a regular person. You know, I'm like, oh, I'm not fancy. I don't have on all this expensive things, all these bags. But he explained to me that it is my energy, and since I'm not a big emotional person, and my voice is kind of monotone in the way I look, and when things do go on, my response, my voice is just level, and I'm not really smiling a lot, especially when I'm in here and I'm serious. So people take that a different way. So to combat that, I do smile more. I practice smiling. I'm trying to be mindful of my voice, and I try to be mindful on how I make others feel, especially when I have to tell them something. If I'm in a position of power over somebody, because of course this is my business, I have to be careful on how I talk to people that work for me, because they can feel some kind of way, because again, we're dealing with women. A lot of men, they don't really care. I still have to be mindful, but they just do their work and they're gone. But yeah, I do look at people differently. I do observe more, and I do pay attention. And I think I do a good job now. I think so. I think I do a better job, especially with talking to you two. I'm very mindful on what I say, so you guys could get better and not feel a certain type of way. And I do a lot of explaining. I feel like it works better on younger people. Older people already think they know, and they look at me like I'm regular, which to me I am, but then they feel my energy like, oh, she's tight as hell, but I'm better than her. Oh, no, I'm not. I don't know. It's very confusing, and people get these emotions that they can't explain towards me, so they just lash out. And I understand. I totally understand, because I'm not from here. I'm like an alien. I'm not from here. I just don't think I'm from here. I think that I was dropped off into my mother's womb from the planet. They beamed me down like Star Trek, and then I was born. That's how I feel, because I realize that I'm different, and I'm always going to go through things like that. I'm always going to be misunderstood, and I'm okay with that.
All right. Is there any last minute words you would like to leave with our audience watching about, anything?
I would say stay positive. Whatever it is you want to do, just know and believe that you can do it. And then the next step is to always work for it. And the people closest to you are not going to be your biggest supporters, so don't get mad. Do it on your own. Google. Don't ask everybody questions about what you should do. You make it you. That's it. Stay up.
All right, y'all.
It's a pandemic.
It's a pandemic, not a pandemic. Yes.
Where we get that from, Charmaine?
Charmaine Sanders, right?
Yes.
That's her. Okay.
It's a
Because
pandemic.
It's two different Charmaines, but shout out to both of them. They really hard.
Both of them. I love both of them. They're both tight to me.
Well, thank you guys for watching this interview. Thank you, Bella, for hiring me, or Auntie Drea, whatever y'all want to call.
One more thing. If you want to make products, make products. If you want to make the same thing somebody else is making, even me, do that. There's enough out here for everybody. So just do you. Don't worry about how many people's doing it, because nothing's new under the sun. You're not the first, and neither am I. And we're not going to be the last. Boss up.